everyone. Go ahead and join the Kahoot. Let's get started a little bit. Oh, I like the Python touch to the name. Okay, whichever person decided to name themselves Arctic. Good morning, guys. Put the Kahoot link in the chat if you need it, or you can just follow the instructions and pin yourself. We got another print. Okay. 16, 22 people in here. Give it another minute or so. Start for now. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay. What does this loop print? The /n means new line, so that means when I put the /n, it'll go to the next line. Okay, it'll go 0, then 1, then 2. You guys remember from yesterday how things in Python start from 0 when you count? Well, I guess some of you might have been confused. 3, you went 4 of them. Makes sense, but 3 means 3 numbers, so when you only provide the first number. Okay. All right. What data type stores multiple values in a variable? Not everyone answered, I'm guessing, right? Not everyone's answered, right? Otherwise, the timer is still going. I don't know why this one was so long. wait, I should have shortened the time on this one. No annotating on my screen, guys. I don't know how to stop that. I don't think I can. Okay, anyways, yeah, list. Okay, integer is a number, so that's not, you can't really, I mean, you don't store multiple numbers in a number, so string, that is multiple values, multiple characters in a variable, but then again, they're not really separate. Loop, no. List, yeah, most of you got that right. Why am I annotating? No. Is there a line on my screen? To like get rid of. Okay. How do you add Apple to this list? It's an empty list. What do you add? Okay. All right. So I can see a couple of y'all might have got a little bit confused. We don't use .add in Python. Plus equals Apple. This is really only when we're like adding a string to another string, or when we're adding a number to the existing value of fruits. This, I mean, you could make a function like this, which we're going to talk about today, but this isn't really the way you do it without making your own function. So yeah, congratulations if you hit the green button. Yo, the car addict me is in 4th place. All right, so what is this code going to output? The slash n is still new line. We'll go to the next line up here. Yep. Okay. Not bad. You got 2, 4, and 6. And so for each number, 2, 4, and 6 in that list of numbers, we're just printing that number times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 6 times 2 is 12. Cool. Last question. What's the main difference between a for and a while loop? This was the one picture it showed me when I asked for a loop. So okay. So some of you guys flipped for and while. For does not repeat forever. Okay, I can see there was a bit of confusion there. So for loops go over a range, or you can go over a list. And then while loops run while a condition is true. So while doesn't run a set number of times, really. It just runs until a condition is true, unless you've set it so that that condition will meet exactly when it runs a set amount of times. But at that point, just use a for loop. All right, let's check out our podium. We got the car addict on 3rd place. We got Head B in 2nd. And and runners up are the print people. Alright. That's today's Kahoot. So tomorrow we'll have the last Kahoot, and we're doing a little mini project tomorrow that you'll use everything you've learned throughout the week to make. Sounds good? All right. Close. Okay, go. All right. So today we're gonna be talking about functions. So basically, functions are like mini programs inside your program. So they're kind of like blocks of reusable code that you can do over and over to do a specific task. So they're kind of like custom tools that you make to just get something done efficiently. So functions kind of like will organize your code. It'll like break down more like complex parts into smaller, easier to work with pieces. So just so people can understand what you wrote. It also saves you from, having to rewrite the same lines multiple times. So I mean, you can just call a function and it's also just good for organization and yeah, maintenance. So you will be able to like if one of the function well, if some part has a bug, but then you have it repeated like a million times, you have to go and fix that bug a million times in your code. Whereas if you just put it in a function once, all you got to do is change it once in that function, and then everywhere you called that function, you'll be able to, make the repairs. And I wouldn't say repairs, I'd say like fix the bug. Yeah. So basically bugs are just like things that go wrong in your code that make it throw errors. Like a lot of you had like syntax errors, so there the bug would be like forgetting a colon or like a quotation mark or something like that. So there are different kinds of errors, but I'm not going to go too deep into those because they're just a lot to remember. But yeah, any questions about functions? Nothing? No? Y'all just want to go ahead and do it? Yep. Okay. All right. So go ahead and try and get this open. All right. I hope by day 4 we can all get this open first try. Right? No need to, you know, it shouldn't be much of a challenge. I hope. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up and like the reaction whenever you're ready, whenever you're good to go. Oh, I see lots of thumbs up today. Way more thumbs ups than thumbs downs. Hey, looks like we got basically everyone going, right? Okay, raise your hand if you haven't gotten it yet. Like in Zoom, just raise your hand. So that way you kind of like, your video will kind of move over to this side of the screen so I can see it. Okay, we got one. All right, we'll wait. Nila, you good? Cool. All right. So functions. So what exactly does a function look like? It looks something like this. So you define a function by using the keyword def, and then you put the name of the function, and then you put parentheses. But you can also have things in between the parentheses. These are called parameters. So these are the values that you pass into the function when calling it. So for example, if I were to make like a greeting function, right, that takes in their name, then I could just do print hello and the name and then like that. And then I could call the function just by greet and then parentheses and then putting my name in between the parentheses. Then when I run it, first it will connect to Python. Then it will define the function and then it will greet me. So like that. So now your turn is to create a similar function that will say goodbye to someone. So you'll take in the name the same way, and then try and just create a goodbye function, and then try it out with your name or a friend's name or whatever you want to put there. All right. I'll give y'all like 2 minutes for this. Sounds good? 2 minutes good for y'all? Okay, cool.
Instead of at the end writing like by and then inserting in the parentheses, could you ask them for an input?
You could. Yeah.
So I coded mine to say bye and then my name, but instead it says hello in the name. And I'm confused.
All right, wait. I'm gonna show you guys what I did. Take a look and see if it's the same thing. If you all have something similar. If not, we can like work it out from there. All right. So we have just simple def, goodbye, and name. And then the same way we did it up here, we can just do goodbye and then name. So then I put my name here and then goodbye. Or if you wanted to do an input, like the way Nulo is going to do it, you can just say, you want to use it, you can just say name. You can say name equals input, what's my name? And then you can say goodbye and then pass in the name here. Then you can run it, take in input and say that, and then it'll say goodbye to me. So that's how you would do it if you wanted to take it like an input. So everyone get it? Kinda? Yes? No? Maybe? All right, cool. Okay, so now, oh yeah, Leva.
So whenever I run my code, it just puts the name and then what is your name? And then the name after it. Can I
Um,
share?
yeah, go ahead and share. Let me see what you have.
So, ah, wait, I forgot to share. It just does this. And then I put my name in and then
Okay, so you didn't actually call your function by. So now what you have to, so you don't set by equal to input, what is your name? So you change that to something else, right? Instead of by, where you have next to your equal sign, where you have by, can you change that to something else? The word by
okay.
on the left side of your equal sign. Change that to like, yeah, goodbye, that works too. And now set that to equal, put the equal sign there after goodbye, yeah. So now you want to go to the next line after the input. Oh, okay. It won't do it just yet. Go to the next line after your input. So go to the end of this last line and then hit the enter key. Now go ahead and call your by function the same way we did up here. See up here how we did greet me, right? We did that. So the same way you can just replace the greet with your by. So don't put greet there, put by the same way you did there. And then put the name. So because you define your name as goodbye. So put goodbye in the parentheses. Don't use an equal sign. You want parentheses because this is a function, right? So you call it like that and then put their name in the parentheses. So, but you're taking their name in the word goodbye. So just type in, you can either say name equals goodbye or just put goodbye. Oh, here, because you have to put good, you see where you have name here? Get rid of that and then put goodbye instead. Because you're taking their name in the word goodbye. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, here, I'll stop your share. Okay, yeah, Ayanch.
It already knows my name without even inputting my name. I just said def goodbye, name, colon, print goodbye plus name plus exclamation mark. Now I said goodbye name and it just says my name. How does it know that?
You want to show me what you have? I feel like you might have defined this by accident somewhere else. Let me take a look. Scroll up, scroll down maybe. Do you have the word name? Scroll up a bit, scroll up again. All right, you're on Windows, right? Can you hit Control and then click on the word name? Hold Control and
Control.
click on the word name next to your goodbye.
Uh-huh.
Not there, like next under the name underneath, the one that you have inside the parentheses. Hold Control and click on that.
This one?
Yeah.
Trying to.
Okay, for some reason that's been set to Ionch somewhere else, and I have no clue where you set that to that. It could have been in a previous workbook and you coincidentally just got connected to the same runtime, so it remembers your name. Uh,
Okay.
so now write your, okay, well, it's trying to copy my name. All right,
I'll just replace it with my name.
so replace it with your name. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work.
Can I stop my share?
Yeah, You can run it first and just make sure it works. All right.
Yeah,
That
it
should
worked.
work. Okay. That's interesting. I've never seen someone get connected the exact same runtime, so their variables from last notebook are saved. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about parameters and return values. Okay. So we can create a function that accepts, so functions can take in multiple parameters. So like here we have a comma b. If we wanted to do add, we could add these two numbers. And so we can return the sum of these numbers, right? So what returning does is basically when you call it like this, it will, so when you can set like a variable equal to this function with the parameters. And so when you call it, this variable will be set to what the return value is. So it'll be set to 5 plus 3, which is 8. Then it'll end up printing, 8 when next to the result. And so for the default parameter, so if there is no argument, so if they forget to like put their name there, say like if you in your greeting function, if they forgot to put their name, you can just set a default. So like it would be friend if they forgot. So like it would greet the name and then it'll put friend instead. So if you look at this, if I try to call this, right, and I don't put my name in, it will just say hello friend. But if I do remember to put my name in, it will actually greet me with my name. Got it? Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. I'm just scrolling to see if anyone gives me a thumbs up. Getting thumbs ups? All right. All right, cool. Okay. Also do raise your hand if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay. So this is a little mini project. It's just guessing the number. So do you guys remember how we had like the secret number last time? And the user had to put in an input and try and guess it, right? So this is just using a function to do that. So here we're importing something else. So this is called a library, and basically what a library is it lets you use another person's code in yours. So this library is called random. So you can do like, it basically gives you ways to pick random things out of things. So like they give you an option to pick a random integer from range 1 to 10. You can give it a list and there's a function called random.choice that'll just pick a random thing out of the list like that. So they have functions to just pick random things out of other things. So here we're going to use their code, their random function, so to pick a random number from 1 to 10. And then the person can guess that number, and now we're just checking if the guess is equal to that number that the computer randomly selected, then we guessed it. Otherwise, it'll tell us no and what the number was. So you guys can go give this a try on your end. I gave it to you already. So I can say maybe the number is 7. Nope, the number was 5. And then I can just try again, play again. 4. No, it was 3. I was 1 off. Maybe like it's 8 now. Darn it, it was 5 again.
1.
1. It was 7 this time. Let's
1.
go 6. No, it was 9. Let's go 3. Hey, I got it this time. Okay. So yeah, it's completely random. You don't know it, only the computer knows, and then you just have to try it. So you guys can give it a try. Play around with it. And yeah, see if you can guess the number. Then you guys can just move on to doing the exercises. So we're going to just create a function that prints a welcome. It's going to be structured really similarly to one of these, the hello and goodbye ones. You can create one with a parameter that greets a person, create one that adds two numbers with parameters. Basically, this one. I mean, I kind of gave it to you early on. So a function with a default parameter, this is an example of it. Don't copy paste it. A function with a return value, so something that will return something. And so in this case, I'm asking you to make one that calculates the area of a rectangle or a parallelogram. I'm pretty sure y'all know, if y'all don't know the formula to do that, it's the length times the width or the base times the height, whichever kind of person you are. So then you can have multiple return values. So create a function that returns both the sum and difference of two numbers. The way you do with something with multiple return values is just add a comma and then boom. Simple. You return it twice, and then if you want to use that, you can do result 1 and then results 2. You can take them together like that, and then you can do it like that. So that way you get both results. You know, you just have to use commas and separate them. And then so the process of doing this is what they call structuring a return by, giving multiple returns and then putting a comma between them. And then this is destructuring the return because you're kind of destructuring what it does and separating it into two values. This is like mushing it together, and this is splitting it apart in a way. So you guys can do that. So, oh wait, I just gave you the sum and difference one. Nice. Well, you guys won't have the difference one on your end. Okay. So a function with the, what did I just do? Okay. A function with the list parameter. So you're going to create a function that takes in a list of numbers, adds all the numbers up, and then finds the average. So you can use the sum function that's built into Python to calculate the total. So you can just do like sum and then your list name, right? And it'll just find everything inside it. And then we also used a function to find the length of the list, if you guys remember it. I didn't leave a hint for you this time, but if you forget, ask. I'll try and I'll tell you. And then a function with conditional logic. So create a function that checks if a number is even. So actually, you guys did this before, but just define it in the form of a function. Okay, so if you guys remember the nested loop pattern, I did something like this yesterday. Do that, except using a function where you can like pass in the number of rows as a parameter, just for like cleaning up your code. It's just a more cleaner version of what we did yesterday. So you can take, oh my God, why did I do that again? Okay, so you create a function that takes in the input of the name and the age of the person and then return it just like that with a comma in between, and then you can destructure it the same way we did up there. And then the number guessing game, create a more advanced version of it using random, kind of what we used up there, but try and, create, so do it in a forever loop. So that way, the user can keep going until they actually guess it. And then this is a harder one as well. Rock, paper, scissors. So you can play the computer in rock, paper, scissors and, see who wins. Any questions about the exercises? Y'all ready to go ahead and do them? Cool. You guys have the rest of class to start working on them. If you have any questions, ask. I'm here to help you. All right. Cool. I'm also going to be doing them. So, yeah. Ask if you need help.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My code is failing.
Already? Okay. I know you got started all. Okay, you got started pretty quickly. Show me what's happening, or explain what's happening at least.
Uh, can I share my screen?
Yeah, yeah. You're not actually calling the function,
What do you
so it's
mean?
not going to print your welcome message.
What do you mean?
You haven't called the function. Go scroll up a bit. You'll see how we actually called the function. Look how we called the function here. Guess the number. If you like look here, for example, we called the function like that here. You have to do that. Oh God, it just disappeared. Yeah, you have to do so. You have to write like that one up there, circled. So you have to call your function like that. Except here, your function name is print welcome message, so do that instead. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ayansh.
My stuff just doesn't run, no matter how many times I click it.
Which one?
My simple function, it just doesn't run.
It probably is. You might have just not called it the same way. You have to call the function at the end by typing in like the name of your function and then putting the parentheses and yeah.
It still isn't working, no matter what I do.
Share your screen for a second.
It just doesn't run.
Okay, so first of all, your welcome should be outside your function. So you have to unindent that welcome. And I see you accidentally might have capitalized the W. Here, take it all the way back. You're still not. Yeah. You gotta indent all the way back.
Oh, okay.
You have an extra space there, I think. You have yeah. You have like an extra space before the W. Like right before the W, you have an extra space.
If I go more back than that, it just
Go arrow
goes
key
to.
hit the right arrow key and then hit backspace. You have one more space there. Like no, not there. Like right here. Right here you have like an extra space. You gotta like get rid of that. So click right in front of the W. Like click
Right.
right here. But yeah, and then hit the backspace key now. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
there you go. All right. So yeah, Python, it gets really mad about indentation. So you have to be like really, really careful about leaving like an extra space behind your, functions or wherever you're working. Because then Python will think you might be indenting into something else and it'll be like throwing indentation errors. So just be wary of those. Yo, just
Um, my so when I enter my name, it's like, can I just share my screen? Cause
yeah.
so basically it says like, so I put this, and then when I enter my name, it just like goes up to here.
Okay, well, see, you're doing the same thing. You didn't call your function, guys. We have to call the function at the end. So go to the next line after print, indent all the way back. After your print statement, go to the next line. And then indent all the way back, and then call the function the same way we called our guess the number function here.
Okay, so
I don't know if your screen is paused or like because it's frozen, I can't see anything. Your screen share is frozen, but I think you get what I mean.
okay, so like what do you name the function?
Your function is what you named it. Like here, I think you had named it welcome in
Mhm.
exercise 1, right? So you want to just call welcome
Oh,
because
that's
you
it?
named it that. Oh, wait, I see what you're doing. Oh, you printed welcome name on the, okay. So you see where you have welcome name inside the print?
Uh-huh.
That's not supposed to be in the print. That's supposed to be outside where you actually call the function.
Oh,
So take that outside the print and move it to the next line outside of the function. And then in the print statement, you're gonna like put in quotation marks like, you know, welcome, and then you're gonna do like comma and then the name. So that way they can like, so that way it'll like take in the name and then use this name, and here it'll print it in there.
mm-hmm.
I can't really see anything you're doing because it's frozen, but I hope you get what I mean.
How do I do exercise 8 with the function?
I'm doing exercise 8 right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna try and help you after I'm done. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show me what's happening. Oh god. Let's see, you're checking to see if a number is even. Okay, so we don't put the number %2 in the parentheses. We're just gonna do number, and then inside the function we do an if condition that checks if number %2 equals 0, then go ahead. So for now, just get rid of that %2.
Is this right?
Where'd it go? I cannot see. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Now all you gotta do is call the function and then put a number in the parentheses.
What did you mean name the function?
you have to call the function. So the way we call the function is we just put the name of the function, and then we have the parentheses after, and then inside the parentheses, you're going to put the number you want to check if it's even or not, because that's what your function is doing.
Uh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
I keep having this thing where it tells me that I need to define one of my variables. How do you do that?
Which one?
Should I just share screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's the first one was here, and then it also happened with another one.
Okay, let's see. You're getting the length. All right, so first of all, you want to do taking the inputs outside of the function.
Oh,
So take in your inputs outside the function, and then so just put them above def calculate area. Put them above it. Yep. Okay, just go ahead and fix your indentation there. Your yeah, behind
indentation.
width.
Oh,
Okay, so now go into your calculate area function. So now you okay, wait, what happened? Wait, you didn't fully fix that, that's why.
oh, go
Go up a
back.
bit. Yeah. All right, so inside your calculate area function, so after the colon, just hit enter. Yeah, so now, yeah, do it. You can return the length times the width. So now what you do is you do, instead of your length times width here, replace this with your function name, calculate area, and then you put the parentheses, and then you just type in length and width because those are your two variable names here as well. Yeah, basically that. Yep. So now, let's see. You're missing a closing parenthesis, so just add another one.
Oh,
Yep. Now you should be able to run it. Just go ahead and run it and
okay.
check. Oh god. Okay. Oh, I see. You have to convert these to int. So just wrap these in parentheses and then do the int thing the same way we just convert them to an int the same way we did before.
So put an extra parenthesis here and
Extra
on
parentheses
this
there
side.
and then on the other side and then type int on
Here?
the left side. Yeah. So type int right over here. Right where the arrow is, type int.
Ah, caps lock.
Yeah. So that'll convert this to an integer that you can actually do math with, and do the same thing for the width. There you
Okay,
go.
thanks. So with the second one,
Okay, total is not defined.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I see. So you got first. So here, after your average, go to the next line. So hit enter after average. Yeah, the average line. Because yeah, you forgot to return your total and average, so you can't access those right now. So go
okay.
ahead and go down. No,
Wait,
like not
below that?
above the average, below the average. Yeah, so return, yeah, return total and average like that. Now, okay, so we can't take a list as an input. So what you instead of just make up your own list, and so just scratch taking the input and just make up your own list of numbers.
Oh, okay. So,
I mean, you could take a list, but then typecasting it is going to be a little harder. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
oh,
the same way. Or yeah, you can go, and then the way it had, you can keep going if you want. Oh, you have to put it in square brackets too, by the way, like that.
okay.
And then
Wrong kind of bracket.
all right, okay. So now you go to the next line. Like underneath the numbers, because you have to do one more time. You have to actually call your process function now on the numbers list. So now you got, total comma average equals process number. So you're just destructuring your return value into these two separate values. So now you could just do, the total is total and average. So now go ahead and run it. It should work now. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
no problem. Yeah, Ayanch.
On exercise 7, I want to have an input to ask people a list of numbers. Then it can make the sum and the average. Whenever I tried doing it, it said syntax error.
Okay, so we can't ask for, we could ask for a list, but then you'd have to typecast it, and that's like a little bit of a complicated concept I don't want to go into yet, just because you're like just starting out, because typecasting can get a little weird. So just make up your own list of numbers for just testing it. And what was the other problem you were running into? A syntax error, you said?
The syntax error is probably because I put in the int input. I didn't put in the right function, so yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see we're running over time already. All right. All right. I'm gonna just do this last. All right. Yeah, yeah, Ion.
Now my cell won't run.
Now your cell won't run. All right, give me a second. Okay. Share your screen. Oh, I see we're coming to there. It's like we're already over time. Okay. Just go ahead and share your screen. I'll answer this last question, and then if anyone else still has questions, just pull up to office hours from 3 to 3:45. Okay, let's see. Um, create a function. Okay, so what you're doing, you haven't called your actual function yet. So go down underneath your return, go to the next line. Yeah, basically that. Yeah, whatever you just suggested, just do that. That's because then you have to make up a list and then separate the total and the average, and then call your function so that way it'll like take the total and average. Right? Cool. All right, then. If you guys have any questions, I'll see you during office hours. Otherwise, see you guys tomorrow for your last project.
Hey, Drew,
Bye.
stay on the meeting.